the CIA and the British are also involved, and other foreign intelligence services are involved in a strategic plan designed to put as much pressure on Russia as possible. Um, and that's the goal. It's hard to say that they're going to say we want general mobilization. I think the goal is to create as much instability as possible to stress Russia as possible, to dissipate Russian attention, et cetera. But here's the problem. Russia has one of the best foreign ministries in the world. This is a foreign ministry staffed with people who are very well educated about the areas of the world that they deal with. The CIA thinks they're clever, but the Russians know the problem of Azerbaijan and Armenia better than the CIA does. They have an entire team of people that works on this. Both of those republics used to be part of the Soviet Union. There's a lot of connectivity still between Russia and Azerbaijan, Russia and Armenia. The CIA, this is like me going to a volcano with a couple of firecrackers and watching the volcano erupt and throwing firecrackers into the stream of lava going, look, I'm making it go, mama. I'm making it go. I'm not doing anything except making things go pop. The lava is going to go where the lava is going to go. And Russia controls that volcano. We don't. So I think Russia is far more mature, far more capable than people give them credit for. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. None of it's taking Russia by surprise. And if you look at each one of them, who's the leader in trying to come up with a diplomatic resolution? The Russian foreign ministry. And they're calm. There's no panic. They don't overreact. Armenia, we need the CSTO to come in and defend us. And the Russians went, nah, we're not going to do that. Not because we don't believe in the viability of the CSTO, not because it's not the right thing to do. It's destabilizing. And we're going to send an observer mission. We're going to invite in other diplomatic parties because the Russians actually maintain connectivity with the entire world, unlike the Americans who tend to cut off everything. No, they're not. And then now we come back to the terrorism thing. The United States labels Russia a terrorist organization, and all connectivity is going to be turned off. Russia's not going to deal with that. That's why I don't believe it's going to happen. This is why I don't believe Russia is going to redesignate it as a terrorism operation. I think what the Russians will do is expand scope and scale of the special military operation, and we see what they're doing right now. Kadyrov, the head of the Chechen Republic. Pretty interesting. When this Kharkov offensive first started, he was out there saying, Russia, don't panic. I know the answer. You need general mobilization. We need to win this thing decisively. And then he got the special invitation into the special briefing. And it's not the briefing that says, if you don't shut up, we kill you. No, that's not how Russia works. It's a briefing that said, let me show you the bigger picture here. The primary front in this war is not being fought in Ukraine. It's being fought globally, and it's an economic war. The key aspect of this is the continued functioning of the Russian economy. The Russian economy is in a difficult transition period from primary linkage with the West now to primary linkage with the East. We need to. Remember when we talked about how the Russians went back to the Oksal line, how they had to jump in and do all that connectivity and stuff? That's what the Russian economy is trying to do right now. Get all of its connectivity in place, get everything settled down. General mobilization would disrupt all of this. So you don't want general mobilization. General mobilization is literally the last resort. If somebody invades, if Russia's about to fall, things like that. There's no emergency right now in Ukraine. It's very stable. The Russians have it under control. It got ugly there, but Russia has it under control. And then Kadyrov came out and said, okay, instead of general mobilization, what we need is a reinvigoration of national volunteerism. And he believed that the Chechens could take the lead in training up to 85,000 volunteers. In effect, a special class of contract soldiers. And the way the Russian Constitution, the way Russia works, is the federation is broken down into different republics and different districts, and then there's a head dude, and he has certain powers to do things within his district. And the law is such that he can raise volunteer units to support Ukraine. So I think uh, what the Russians are going to do is to try and tap into the extreme patriotism that's risen up because of this conflict. Not because the Russians supported the SMO to begin with. A lot of them did, but a lot of them didn't. But because I think Russia realizes now that NATO is at war with Russia and that Russia cannot lose this war. Russia must win this war. And therefore, people need to step up to the plate and support Russia. And I think you're going to see them be able to generate, 150, 200,000 volunteers. And you won't need general mobilization, and you won't need to redesignate it as a terrorist or a terrorist operation or anything like that. You can keep this SMO designation,